welcome once again to the 2017 USA Curling National Championships. My name is Joe Calabrese. Alongside me is Sean Murray, and Olympian John Benton is joining us in the booth. Welcome, John.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Doing good. How are you?
Really good, really good.
We have a great matchup for you today as Team Christensen is up against Team Potter.
Both these teams starting out well, winning their first two games. So someone's going to take their first loss. Should be a good match to see who it is.
Let's introduce the teams.
Hi, I'm Cassie Potter of Team Potter. My lead is Steph Bohan, my second is Sophie Bader, and my third is Jackie Lemke. I'm Corey, skip of Team Christensen. Our lead is Jenna Haig, second Taylor Anderson, third Sarah Anderson.
So we've got Christensen with the hammer, playing the Yellowstones.
So that stone back 8 foot. First from Steph Bohan.
9-2.
Corey opting to play defense and hit it. Similar approach that she took when she played Nina Roth last night. That game featured 5 of the first 7 ends blanked as both teams were full defense. See if they continue with that.
I suspect that you'll probably see that change a little bit in this game, Sean. Corey likes to get settled in a little bit, but they should be plenty happy with the read on the ice and the stones. So I wouldn't expect that many blank ends today.
Yeah, you see some teams do that. Just keep it really simple. Don't push the action until they've got a firm grip on the ice.
The other thing this does, of course, is it helps your time clock a little bit. Just get a pretty quick end under your belt and make sure you got a little padding on that clock for late in the game.
Sure. Yeah, the game between the game between Schuster and McCormick we were taking a look at earlier today. Both teams were around, Joe help me out here, was it about like the 16-minute mark when they got to their 5th end break?
Yeah, I think it might have been just under 16 minutes.
They were,
wow.
Well, every end was just a ton of rocks in play, and we were thinking they were going to have some time trouble, but they ended up having just enough time to end with about a minute each.
Yeah, they definitely were hustling back to the hack and ready to go as their clock started running.
Yeah, you can make up some time if you're just aware. You don't really have to rush most of the time, but you can't spend a lot of time watching the other team's rocks travel down the ice. As long as you're in the hack and ready to go, you can make up a lot of time really quickly.
One of the nice things about the thinking time structure.
So John Benton, an Olympian but also a competitor in this event. He is the second for Team Burr. They're off to a great start, 3-1 so far.
Yeah, we've been playing pretty well. We had a little blip there against Fenton, although that was a pretty well played game by both teams. We just didn't finish very well in the 9th and 10th end, but team's been playing great. Rich Runen has just been on fire so far, which has been really nice. Todd hasn't had a ton of really tough shots to throw, but Todd does what Todd does. He makes a lot of really good draws. He's known for that. So it's really about just being steady, keeping it rolling. The ice is really conducive to our style of game. It's not super fast like we're used to seeing. It's kind of in that 85 split range for most of the tracks out on the ice. So it's been really good so far.
That's great. Now you guys have been out on tour a little bit this year. How's that been going for you?
We've had a really good season. We qualified in 5 out of 8 events, basically, we got kind of bit by the quarterfinal bug a little bit. We seemed to qualify and then get bounced in the quarters, but playing well enough to qualify in any of those events, you're doing well, and it's a big confidence boost to kind of keep that rolling.
So you took some time, you did some coaching, now you're back playing again. How's that feel?
It's really nice. Worked pretty hard physically to get in a little better shape to do this. As I get a little bit along in my years, Sean, keep your mouth shut. um, and playing with Todd after playing against him for so long, we've commented a couple of times. We'd only played in, I think, one cash spiel together in our entire life, and we've been playing against each other since we were teenagers. And it's just such a treat. I mean, Todd is well known for being pretty steady Eddie and level-headed, and played with Tom and Rich, of course, for years and years. It's nice to have Rich back on the ice together. He brings a whole different energy dimension to the team, as most people know. But it's been a really, really good fit, and we're just having tons of fun. I mean, that's more than any other team I've played on. This has just been a really fun group of guys to play with and a fun season.
Sounds great. And
I don't know, John, that's something that you've said to me before, is that you're just having a lot of fun out there, and I think it really shows in how you guys banter and in your play on the ice. It just looks like everybody's really enjoying what they do, and that shows up in good results as well.
It does. The thing that we started to notice kind of mid-season and late in this season is that there was really no lead that was insurmountable. I mean, obviously we've had a couple of games where we got blown out or whatever, but 2 or 3 points down to us, we seem to be pretty patient. We don't grind a lot. We're able to develop some offense. We've worked pretty hard on some strategy bits that I can't share at this point, but they've made a big difference. And having the ability to have those discussions, right, is really, really big. And that started early. I mean, early in the season, I remember we had a pre-event meeting, just kind of casual, out to dinner, and it really set us up well for our weekend. I think that was in Oakville, and it's just continued since then.
so as the game progresses here, we are moving along. I think BA might need to cycle through some players here. We got a few less rocks remaining than.
Yeah, pretty quick end here. Looking like a blank, just trading hits. Pretty simple, like I said, saving some time on that clock.
So we got it under control now. It's Cassie Potter's first stone here in the first end. It's good to see Cassie back out on the ice, playing a pretty decent schedule this year.
Yeah, she's took a few years off. I can't remember the last time she actually played women's. It's been a few years, I think, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's. Do you have that there, Joe?
I don't off the top of my head. No, I'm sorry.
I think it's been at least 3.
I was going to say 3 or 4.
Right.
But it's nice to see her back to it, and the team's really had a good season. I know they blitzed all the way to the final in Everett at the Kuril-Masabi Classic.
Yeah, and these two teams have played twice this year, splitting the results. The last being at the Masabi. Potter won 5-4. So they played twice, once in November and then once again in December. But Cassie has the all-time lead on Christensen, 5-2.
Yeah, that's Corey just of course coming out of juniors this year, playing in the adult field. So that result doesn't surprise me, even though Corey's had a pretty spectacular junior career playing in adult events. The big thing that I've noticed with all of the women's teams here basically is just like the men's teams, playing more tour events, number one, and specifically with Cassie's team, practicing back at my home club, Four Seasons. They play in Super League, and actually having the whole team there, Jackie driving over from Wisconsin to come in and practice more. It just seems like they put more time in this year than I had seen some of Cassie's teams do in previous years. So, that's going to show.
And it's showing in the statistics so far for the event. Cassie is throwing at 85% through 2 games, which is 6% better than the next best skip. So, team at the top of the percentage is also at 78%. So, looking good so far.
Not surprising, and with Cassie, if she gets on a roll and she starts throwing the rock well, the rest of the teams are going to have to look out here because she certainly has the experience, and if she gets a bunch of confidence behind her, I wouldn't be surprised to see her in the playoffs at all.
Absolutely. I had this team marked as a bit of a playoff dark horse here.
They seem to have a good dynamic, and you can sort of see the body language is very positive right now. So Christensen throwing through here in the first end is going to be a blank. So she'll retain the hammer going into the second end. We'll be right back.
Do you want access to exclusive discounts at over 300 online stores? Members of USA Curling can save between 20 and 75% off brands like Carhartt, Merrill, Nike Vision, OtterBox, Purina Pro Plan, and more. To sign up, go to experticity.com, that's EXPERTICITY, and use the member code found in the latest edition of the U.S. Curling News. USA Curling congratulates the Grand National Curling Club, the regional organization serving the East Coast, for reaching their sesquicentennial anniversary. Keep an eye out for Grand National 150, Curling Celebration, a new book documenting the GNCC's first 150 years in the sport. The book will be available this spring.
Back here with our feature game, Corey Christensen and Cassie Potter. Christensen with the hammer and the yellow stones. Potter looking to come in again with her first stone of the second end.
We'll see if Corey wants to go on the offense in an even end. Her first shot choice will tell us. She throws the corner or plays the hit.
I'm going to put a toonie on a corner.
And it looks like you would win a toonie.
Yeah. Wonder if Todd would have taken that bet. There's a lot of toonies that get exchanged on our team.
Oh, I can only imagine. About a great many things, a lot of which is probably not suitable for broadcast.
I'm not answering that question.
I'm not sure it was a question.
It wasn't a question, it was just a fact.
I'm neither confirming nor denying. How
You
about
don't you don't even need to.
So John also the club manager at the Four Seasons Curling Club. Is that the correct title? What's your correct title?
Well, it's kind of a director of curling.
Director of
actually.
curling.
Yeah,
Oh, there you
which
go.
is a fancy way to say club manager.
There you go.
Yeah.
Guy in charge.
No, a lot of people know that I posted the other day. It's my 20-year anniversary being at Nationals. When Nationals was in Seattle here, so it was that was my first Nationals, and I'm again incredibly blessed to have the life that I have in curling, and it's kind of all curling all the time for me, which to this point hasn't gotten tiring, but we also are able to host the Olympic training site for everybody, including all the high performance teams. Of course, Corey's team spends a fair amount of time practicing at the club for camps and whatnot. Two Anderson girls, of course, do a fair amount of practice in Philadelphia with Wayne, but it's just we're really honored to have that privilege and have all of those teams come in and be able to use the facility on a year-round basis.
It's nice to have that kind of facility available to our athletes.
And having the good fortune myself to be a member there and get to play on that ice all the time, it's a treat for sure.
And the Super League is becoming sort of a legend out there to some degree. I keep hearing stories about Super League.
Don't know if I'd go quite that far.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's a good, solid, competitive league, no question. I mean, you get John's team playing in it. Stephen Dropkin's team here at Nationals plays in it. So you come up against a lot of good players. Jason Smith and I have played for 2 years together in it. But I don't quite know about,
It's not
I don't know,
legendary yet.
I don't know about legend, wait for it, Derry. just yet.
Okay.
Right.
A little ways off from that still, I think.
So meanwhile, we got quite the end brewing here as Christensen got around her corner guard.
Cassie going to be asking Sophie to throw probably hack weight, hack the board. Try to get the stone in the house, but if you take the corner, that's not the worst. This looks like a lot of weight.
It's got to come up. It's got to come up.
You're going to get a little piece, but watch out for getting the shot rock.
That's fine.
Oh, moves it out, punches her shot rock.
Still sits 1-2.
Saves it to sit 2, but is no longer under cover.
Yeah, it's okay that she did that and held the shooter, but it does leave the double here.
No. That kind of seemed like a little bit more weight than I would have thrown. That was almost heavy board.
Yeah, it's interesting because I said it's not super fast on the draw.
Right.
But if you give it a good ad, it will skate. So that hack weight has been something that you really have to hone in on.
Right.
We saw Jess Schultz struggle a little bit with those types of weights in the game earlier today.
Tendency has been, for the most part, you think you can get away with being a little heavy on those shots, and they just want to track a little bit more. So, like I said, you really have to hone in on that weight.
It's kind of tricky with sharp competition rocks like this. You give them that little ad, and that can just straighten them right out.
Well, the interesting thing is, as you think about it, with most of the curl coming from the rocks, the more you add there, the further back you push the break point.
Yes,
on
right.
the shot, right?
Yep. You delay it, right.
Right. Back-to-back jams there.
Mm.
Looks like Christensen winds up being shot stone.
Big opportunity here for Corey if Taylor can make a nice hit and roll here. She doesn't have to get fully buried. She just wants to lay 2 here.
Yeah, really, the big trick is just to avoid another jam on the back.
10-5.
I'd like to shout out to our camera person for this game, Emma Kraft. She's a student at one of the local universities. She's interning a little bit here for the championships, helping out the communications office. She volunteered to do the camera work for the On Ice camera. Doing a great job so far. Keep it up.
So Taylor did successfully remove the Potter stone, but didn't roll far enough to avoid leaving a double for Jackie. Right on the nose should make it.
This one's going to run a little bit.
It's close. Oh, just missed the back one.
So here's the question now, Sean. Do you bother hitting that red rock in the front, or do you take your corner guard into play?
I don't know that I like hitting that. It's actually kind of protecting your back stone. I think I might just draw here.
Next question is, do you go under the corner or under the center?
To me, I'm going under the corner. And there's nothing wrong with the hit and roll.
I like either.
That redstone is in kind of a dangerous spot, and there still is a center guard there. It's not so bad to move it, I think, because if things go wrong, you're not cutting off one of your draw paths to the button.
Yep. This is just a little more conservative play. I don't mind it. She's got a long way to roll, and then Cassie will have to make a choice of whether to hit the back one or freeze.
Yeah. I actually like both calls. I think I'm not disappointed with either call. I think it's just personal preference for the most part.
This one should break right past the hog line here.
Gotta curl, avoid the jam.
Just nice
Ooh.
weight. Just nice weight.
Just skates by.
Gives it just a little tickle on the way by.
And now that creates a long double. That's actually a pretty good result.
See if Jackie can make it with a second crack at what's essentially the same shot. Jackie curling out of the Medford Curling Club in Medford, Wisconsin. Pretty close.
She's really close.
This is dead stuffing, I think. Ooh.
Nose to nose, and she's not in the rings.
Here now.
They've closed off that port on the center line there, so Corey's going to go underneath the corner guard here.
Chance to sit 2 buried.
Will be very interesting if she gets buried here, what Cassie chooses to do. Try and get right behind that rock. Sit in front of the tee line if possible.
Close to line. Well, line's good. Yep, line. Yes, line. Where is it? You gotta go, yep.
Want to make sure this is buried, even if it comes out the other side a little bit.
You're good.
This has got to
A
stop.
little steamy. Really steamy.
Gotta sit.
Holy cow.
Just barely hang on to the house.
Still leaves her laying 2.
I almost kind of think you have to play the tap, John. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Try to get it like top forward.
It's fairly aggressive. You can just go around it, too. I think that's what she's calling, actually.
It's a curl nice on this
Yeah,
side.
it's really tough to get in there any other way than the tap. I mean, she can get away with tapping this at really any angle to the left as long as she's top 4.
Right. She can afford to tap it to the left or straight back, whatever.
Angle tap.
Or maybe she is playing tap.
I think she is.
Okay.
I've always liked to watch Cassie's release.
It's just as smooth as butter, isn't it?
It is. Rock comes away from her hand nice and clean.
Full. Okay. Full. Yep. Hard line, yep.
This one curling.
This has really nice line.
Really good line.
Really nice line. Oh, perfect.
Great shot. Great shot.
Nice sweep.
This is right to the back edge of the button. Well, right to the tee line, pretty much.
Play the run on that one. Perfect landing. Even if we just get the peel on that one. Though. Yeah, I'm in the center one. 'Cause even if we just peel.
So I like this.
What's that?
It's either that or.
I think we play on this one because if we just get the peel, that's good. So,
Just
like nose. Let's play this turn. Peel. Pretty much edge of rock.
So I like the call running this rock in because obviously you have a chance to open up the 4-foot here.
But
But they're talking about nose. And I think she could drive it across the face of that red. She might still lose the yellow, but the bonus here, if you played it that way, is if it hung out a little bit, you could get the double peel
exactly.
on the front and maybe get a bonus.
I'm actually wondering. The thing is, even if you make this perfect, you're leaving a guard out there.
Exactly.
I kind of like what you said, firing it at an angle, going across the top, punching the shot stone between the 2 yellows out the back.
Waited too long.
Oh, yep. That's missing it.
And that you can't do.
No. Because now, chance for Cassie to loop in there with a second one.
Yeah, and that creates the in-turn. You know, she moved it over enough to open up the in-turn draw there. If Cassie can get in there.
And that's one thing you learn very, very quickly playing on this ice is if you wait for the break, you have waited too long. Every time.
12, then halfway. Yeah, that might eliminate that. Run back on this side. If it curls nice, we could bring it down more.
So Cassie playing the intern here. Looks like she wants to get at least full 8.
Partially buried. If it's curling nice in there, let's take it down to ours. Otherwise, even
I If she can get the line to get it frozen on hers, lined up onto the back one, I think that would be the best. If she can do that, I don't know how Corey scores.
Yeah, there's Corey's not going to have much after this other than maybe an angle run in of that guard on the left. Otherwise, there's maybe going to be a triple. That red on the right, but that would be highly risky.
This is really hooking. Just taking this in for second now.
It's going to over curl. May leave Corey a draw here.
That's okay. That's still a nice shot. It'll force Corey into a tough one to score. Has to move that stone.
Yeah. That move? Pretty much your LSD. Oh, sorry, Taylor's side here. Taylor's here. Yeah. That should be good. Yeah, because we need to bump it a little.
On sheet B, that score of 4 for Kristen Clark in the first end was a steal of 4. Becca Wood was facing 5 with her last and rolled out on an attempted hit.
Things not looking too much better this end over there.
No, looks to me like Clark is sitting 4 again.
It's Becca Wood's first coming up, but there's also 2 Clark stones out as guards, so just about every Clark stone has a purpose out there.
So needs to throw a little back 4 weight, has to move this stone about a foot or so, save the shooter there to score a point.
So with Corey's ad, that 96, that 396 ought to be close.
This has to curl.
It's really got to come up.
Oh, there it goes.
There it goes.
Might have waited a little too long. Oh, beauty.
Beautiful
Oh,
shot.
I think she just got it.
Beautiful shot.
Almost waited too long, but got it just in time.
And that's a great shot by Corey for 1 yellow in the second end here.
Thanks for watching the 2017 USA Curling National Championships. If you have a question or comment for Joe, BA, or the rest of the TESN.US broadcast booth, reach out to them on Twitter using the hashtag CurlingNationals.
Thanks for using that hashtag Curling Nationals to reach us here in the booth. We are in the third end of the feature matchup between Cassie Potter and Corey Christensen. Christensen with a 1-0 lead. Hey, check us out in the booth. Thanks, Bryce.
Nice.
So Corey's going to try to go top 4 foot here. Her first stone.
I'm just a little concerned what people might think I'm doing with my hands in that picture.
Again, neither confirming nor denying.
No, please don't.
Moving quite a bit now. Yep.
This rock really cutting. Plenty of rotation there.
Warping sideways.
Okay.
Right on the tee.
Really nice weight from Jenna. So Cassie going to go on the offensive, establish the corner guard.
Steph, another player that I'm going to say probably 4 days a week in the last 3 months I've been seeing her at the club throwing tons of rocks.
At least.
Tons of rocks.
Yep. Yeah, I think most, if not all nights of Super League, when we have 2 open sheets, I'll see her there throwing on one of the open ones without fail.
So Jenna Higgs second here in the third end.
Looks like they called for a 3, just a tight guard. Being up 1, they don't mind if it's a little little deep there.
Coming just into the house isn't the worst.
So the other thing that we've been noticing as we play is that the arena ice, you're going to get some humidity issues and maybe some frost at times, and we haven't been seeing a ton of that, but there have been occasions where there's a huge difference between a rock that's been cleaned all the way down the ice and a rock that hasn't been. Just in where it's going. I mean, some of the rocks are really, if you don't have a broom on them, they'll just kind of die on you.
Okay.
So if you're watching, or as you guys are calling more of the games, if you see that happening, it's a little odd to see that happen at a nationals, and we haven't quite figured out whether that's humidity or warmth or whatever it is. So. We've just really been trying to keep a broom down on the ice.
Sure.
Most of the time.
I was talking to head Iceman Dave Stavatag before the event started, and he was not concerned about humidity at all. He felt that it was all about dew point, and that if the dew point was under 30, he was going to be happy. Now, I have no idea where the dew point is right now.
Right.
But I do see big honking machines pumping a lot of heat and humidity out of this building.
There's some serious machinery out back.
We got four truck trailer sized dehumidifier units sitting out back.
You ever see
loud.
You ever see those air inflated promotional dummies out in car lots and stuff? That's sort of what these things look like.
Waving arms and bobbing heads, yeah.
If you disconnected these things from the railings that they're being tied to, that's what they would sort of look like.
We had a hit and roll, and then a hit and stick, and it looks like we're got a hit and roll out here. There it goes. So another chance for Corey to either think about a guard, or she may actually go up and peel a corner.
Try to roll on. Think still, throw like a 9. Here you go. Oh.
This is a little smoky.
It's got to come up.
She's got a piece, but is she going to...
She's not saving the shooter.
Nope. I just get a little worried on those. I've actually done it a couple of times here myself, where just a little extra weight and you only catch a piece, and then you click your only rock in the house off. And
Yeah. And it's, sometimes it's not the worst thing if your stones are really grouped close to the button or something, but I mean, I've done that myself during second, and you never don't feel stupid doing that. It's like,
exactly.
That was kind of dumb. Why did I do that? So with that, Cassie's just going to hit the open one, and barring a big miss at some point, likely headed for a blank third end.
Yeah, they're totally screwing up my prediction. Not shocked by that, by the way.
So what's your percentage on prediction so far?
Really bad.
Yeah.
My team can confirm that.
I'm not allowed to predict anything. We have a saying now, don't get happy.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get happy.
Well, for my part, I've just learned to... First, I learned to never say, oh, it's not there. Because then, promptly after I said, oh, it's not there, it happened.
Right.
And then,
I heard about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You probably watched it.
No,
Oh.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
Nope.
Okay.
He was probably playing in the game we said it.
No. Mm-mm,
Nope.
It was during a women's draw.
Yep, it
Oh, all
was.
right. There you go.
And he heard about it.
Oh, yeah. That'll teach me to try and sound smart.
Yeah, if you want somebody with prediction capability, you want to look at the guy who does the most betting.
And that would be none other than
Dr. Double,
Dr.
Rich
Double.
Brunin.
Dr. Double. Mr. Pull Tab, I call him.
We were out at a restaurant today, and I saw one of those machines. I immediately thought of him.
Oh, trust me, that there's a couple of casinos out this way that he's already eyeing up.
Salivating over, I
Yes.
can only imagine.
You guys are playing too well. You're not going to have
Yeah.
the time.
I know.
That's what I keep saying.
In fact,
He'll make the time.
In fact, this appearance makes John eligible for the Mock and Jock Celebrity Game.
Ooh.
Yeah, but you're playing a little too well, and
Yeah.
you may not have the time.
Well, let's just, again, don't get too happy.
That's right.
Yep.
It's a very good point.
Not too happy.
So a bunch of hitting sticks here. They've all done very well to avoid jamming on that back rock. There's a couple that came down that I was like, oh, that's getting close. Did I just do it?
I think you might have.
Nope.
No.
Very
Oh,
close.
you
Very
tried
close.
to.
I can't predict, but I can jinx.
I tell you, if there is one thing that anyone should learn when they come up in the booth like this, it's don't ever say, "Oh, this hasn't happened. Oh, this won't happen,"
Right.
because
It invariably does.
it invariably does right away.
So how come when you try to intentionally do that when you're watching your favorite, say, I don't know, football team, you
Right.
two?
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Oh,
You know,
Lord. Let's not talk about our football teams.
No. I'm from Minnesota. Trust me, I get it.
Yeah. Do we even need to talk about who our football teams are?
No.
That in and of itself would explain that.
No.
Is it something that our teams are probably hoping to get each other's quarterbacks?
Well,
I don't know about that.
yeah.
You ain't taking my quarterback.
No, I'm pretty happy. I'll stand pat.
Yeah. All right.
Well, that one took off a bit. Just going to get the roll. Let's see.
John, in one of our earlier games this week, I think it was Sunday when we watched the Sobering game, we noticed they were having a couple of problems with sensor handle malfunctions. Have you seen any of that so far in your games?
Not a bit.
Not a bit?
Not a
Okay.
bit.
Yeah,
And it's not uncommon. I mean, batteries go dead, and
Right.
we're dealing with technology that's now, 20 years old?
I was thinking 15 at least.
Yeah, so, and I know that someplace, I've heard rumor that they've been working on a new technology, but we
Okay.
haven't seen it yet. I throw in the sensor handles, and you guys know this, that it, with that powder coating on it, I mean, it's just a different feel, and I really
different.
love to throw these rocks.
Oh, so do I. Yep.
Whoa, this is almost lost that one.
Almost lost that one.
Yeah, I guess to be fair, that was really the only game or incidents we've seen of any sensor handle malfunctions, but there was definitely at least one that red lighted that an umpire was watching and clearly said you were not over the hog line. I think in that case, the battery was getting weak.
Right.
It was almost fortunate that there was the malfunction before, because then they had an official out there, because it was so clear. It was like maybe 2.5 feet.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
It was crazy.
I did hear, and I don't know if you know anything about this. I heard that maybe it was Pete Fenson that went around the sensor strip.
Really?
Yeah, occasionally you'll get a shot that's way
so
out on the
far
edge
wide.
there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If
There
that
there
true
was
or
a
not.
discussion, I think, and it was just the last time they were out here, I think, in Shidi, that it seemed like there was some sort of discussion around a rock, and that might have been what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't really catch it because it was on a non-feature sheet. So
Yeah, the only technical issue that we've seen has been with our thirds mic when we were on the TV game.
That's
I don't
right.
know.
Yeah.
Battery boy. First of all, he loses the battery, right?
Right.
Right.
Then
and then when he gets the battery back, he puts them in backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's like, why doesn't this work? And I got it up here, and we open it up. It's like, oh, they're right backwards. Oh,
So
good job.
gambling good, technology bad.
Richie, I got your back. You were sweeping so hard, you made the thing break.
Oh, come on.
Oh, give me a break.
I got
Really?
his back.
Ugh.
I got his back.
I can see the grin on his face right now. That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
awesome.
Please.
So here we go. It's a throw through here in the third blank.
Is there someone in your club who goes above and beyond? Nominate them for the 2017 USA Curling Volunteer of the Year Award. More information about the award and nomination forms can be found on the USA Curling website, usacurl.org. USA Curling member clubs are encouraged to participate in Olympic Day events each June. This is a great way to get youth excited about curling while experiencing the thrill of meeting an Olympian. Access to summer curling ice is not needed. Contact the USA Curling National Office at 888-CURLERS for more information.
All right, we're back here in our feature matchup. Christensen maintaining that 1-0 lead over Cassie Potter. We're in the fourth end. And that means we're going to do a price check with Price Atkinson. Wake up, Price. How you doing out there?
I love it. I absolutely love it. But, yeah, over here on the far sheet, Jessica Schultz and Nina Roth right now, 2-0 Nina Roth over Jessica Schultz. And looking at Nina Roth's last stone coming as they're lying 1, but Jessica has the hammer. But going back, Jessica, y'all talked about it. She had a rough outing this morning. Weight was heavy. Had a chance here in that fourth end where it got away, down 5-1. She missed a tap for 3 that would have changed it. Jamie goes up 6-1. But this is one that Jessica Schultz and her team could really use, get some confidence. Win here at Nationals. But going back to the second end when Nina Roth stole 1, they took a long time, Nina and her team, to talk about the shot. She comes in and she makes a great shot, lying 3, forcing Jessica to draw to the button. And again, weight was heavy. Jessica Schultz. Nina Roth steals 1. So here we
All right.
for Jessica Schultz in the third.
Thanks a lot,
Back
Price.
to you guys.
Sorry about that, and we cut out a little bit, but we get the idea. Thanks so much for that price check.
Really?
Of course.
Okay. I got it. I love it. It's perfect.
Are you sure about that?
No.
Not exactly convincing, just saying.
So Potter again in the ring. This is Christensen throws the corner just like she's done the last 2 ends. Let's see what happens here.
I think it's Christensen in
Oh,
the
I'm
ring.
sorry. The other way around here. Sorry about that. Seeing the same pattern, however.
My commentary on the sound effects is brought to you by snarkmark.com.
That's to say the least. The guard is long enough that you can probably move that stone if you want to.
Yeah, for sure.
The back line. Maybe you can get it with hack. Chip the guard's not the worst outcome either.
I think the call was the freeze here instead of trying to move it. It's a little bit dicey, right? Because you really want to stay on an angle of it. If you should ever curl up to nose.
It becomes difficult to use that at that point.
Yeah, it is. It is, unless you get a guard off.
It also makes going to the button kind of difficult because
So
any run-in is involving the opponent's stone.
It's an okay result. Little bounce there.
Yeah, it was a really nice pass at it, just maybe 6 inches heavy.
Still sits at an angle there. I'm a little surprised by this call. Once that camera's off, you can't really see the whole rock.
I was thinking board seems like a lot of weight. I might throw a hack at this maybe.
Yeah.
I think she just wants to make sure that she gets it out if they make contact, but you gotta hit at least nose to do that. See if it comes up enough.
She just squeaks by the guard. She should be okay.
Misses
Oh,
the
look at
guard
it.
by about
Look
3
at that
inches. Look at that
dive.
finish. Wow.
Yep. It's great weight. Enough to get it out is the question.
Just barely, I think.
Okay, proving me wrong again.
What did we just say about making predictions up here?
I'm batting 1,000.
So fifth end break guest is going to be Stephanie D'Ambrosio. She's from Fargo and the local organizing committee for 2018 Nationals. Going back to Fargo, Shields Arena. A great facility out there.
So looking for a hit and roll here.
This is
Looks a little steamy. It's trying.
Has to curl up to stay, though.
It does. Just getting a third. Dead jam.
Losing it.
Lose the shooter.
Just seemed like a lot of weight, I think. Leaves that Christensen stone dead buried.
Like, come here again. Try tapping this. Either that or just a straight draw. Wait, though. This way. Yeah, I probably like coming that way better. Try to if you're here, that's fine. Yeah, pro side light here.
You like to come around rather than the tap on this, John?
Boy, that guard is so high. It's a little difficult to decide here.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like either one.
I kind of like the tap a little bit better, just because if you get around this, it's going to be hard to stay in front of the tee.
True. I don't know. I think they need to play the tap. I don't think this is by.
This would be good.
Oh, it's coming out the other side. That wasn't the best result on that one.
Great result. Seeing a bit more curl than we were seeing earlier today over on sheet A, but that really kind of warped in there.
So John is going to be with us tomorrow night as well for the 8 p.m. draw. And the guest, fifth end break guest, is going to be Todd Burr.
Todd Burr and Rich Roonan.
Oh, and Rich
no.
Roonan. Oh, I got to
And
update
Rich
our
Roonan.
sheet.
Yes,
Oh, my
yes.
goodness.
We didn't
Okay.
get that confirmed with Terry earlier,
Oh, I see.
but that is, again,
That's confirmed now.
yeah, that's
Okay.
going to be interesting. I might have to leave the booth.
Might? No might about it.
Yeah. You might want to tune in tomorrow for that one. That's
Oh, man.
sure to be interesting.
Can't believe I'm going to be here to witness that live. Oh,
This way. What? What? Yeah. This way. Yeah.
So another decision here. Looks like they're thinking just a 4-weight top ring. Try and cover half of that rock probably. Create a little bit of a Christmas tree. Remedial drawing there by Brian. Don't you have green?
no.
You should probably add that.
I-
or how about this? How about a Christmas tree graphic?
No, you know, just for a moment, I thought you were going to say, don't you have anything better to do? As opposed to, don't you have green?
I mean, if you're going to have the silly Price Atkinson thing, you need a Christmas tree with stones as the ornaments.
Oh, you're
Don't
giving him
encourage.
ideas now.
Don't
What
don't
are you-
encourage him, John.
Stop talking to him.
Just trying to be part of the team,
I appreciate it.
no matter how goofy it is.
Mm, so, given that there is a national championship game going on, we should talk about what we're seeing a little more. I think the hit and roll is available on that open stone.
Come off the backside at all, Sean?
The backside.
The backside of the other yellow. If you make the roll, does it kick that yellow one out into the open?
Oh, I don't think so, because the one you're hitting is behind it.
Not by a lot.
Yeah, I mean, if you're only rolling a couple of feet too, I think you'd have to hit it really thin to get that other one to move at all.
So it looks like the call is just nose here. This is hooking.
Or she can actually make the thin double. It's close.
Look at this.
Whoa,
Gonna jam on the back.
that's a little bit unlucky.
It is.
take another look at it. This actually really curls up, just misses the guard. Tick ticks, spins up and out of the rings.
I was a little surprised by the weight there. I thought maybe they were just trying to hit that outside one and flop corner frozen in front of it.
I'm sure what happened wasn't the call, and I think they were all surprised by the amount of curl that happened, especially with that kind of weight.
This looks like it's got a little bit of weight to it. They're not cleaning it. Nope, this one's really skating.
Got a bunch. This is behind the tee line for sure.
But even so, look at how that one sits down in the back four there, Sean. That's what I was saying that we were seeing. You know, at the top of the house there, I would have thought maybe that was back 12.
Yeah. Is it too early in the game for the slide path to be having an effect?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's.
I mean, this is only the fourth end.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter where on the ice it's been.
Aren't getting, two teams of practice before the game too. I mean,
and they're also running the rocks too. They've been
Yeah.
doing that for almost every draw before anybody even throws a practice stone.
I will say that all but one game, the speed has been consistent for us. We haven't really seen any flattening. Our game against Fenson, we thought, we lost it a little bit just inside the 4-foot lines in the 10th. Call was hit and roll here, and they get the nose.
Yeah, some good movement, even with up hit weight.
Force looking pretty good for Corey here,
Yeah, that's
at the very least.
that. And stone in the back is more or less guaranteeing a score of some sort by somebody.
so John, I want you to next end make sure you talk a little bit about your junior camp coming up.
My junior camp.
Yeah, I understand there's a junior camp coming up.
Oh, the USCA junior camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we're 4 seasons, right?
Yep. I can talk a little bit about that. It's we host, obviously, but Dan Lieburn from Wisconsin is actually the person who runs that camp. So we'll talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Yep, Taylor, roll it the other way. Yep.
Meanwhile, good hit. Little flop over. It's going to be up to Cassie here to figure out a way to get her deuce.
I think you can probably throw hack to board, come from center out, and get a little flip under that guard. Get her to say control on.
Is there how much space is between those back rocks there? Not
much.
But there's a slight angle. I'm just
Wondering if she can come up the nose and make the double, maybe get that yellow off the back.
get it spinning a little bit. I mean, she obviously wants to get under the guard here, but I always like to look at all of the options of, the shot coming down the ice.
I think you'd need some weight to get that one spinning off. I think it's there.
Yep. Yeah, really hard. Really hard.
Oh,
On it right away. They turned it.
I'm gonna go to get this by. I don't think it is.
She's on the guard.
Yeah. Yeah, just didn't. Got that one going a little bit, maybe.
Force is almost assured
the
here,
side, so I
and
think right here.
good opportunity for a
Really
steal
good.
for Corey.
And if she can put this in a real nice spot, full top 4, maybe even get a little bite of the button.
Try to be like at least halfway into the 4-foot. Sure, just a bit more. Okay, 4:05.
Corey wanting to get this top 4 to top button at least 2/3 buried if she can. make it really tough for Cassie to even score here.
It wouldn't be so bad to miss a little bit short. The place you don't want to be is deep.
This rock is tracking a little bit.
Should finish at the end. I think it's
got to settle. It's a little deep.
I think I pulled the jinx there.
You did. I'm not taking credit.
No, you didn't say anything. I did. They can
blame Sean.
Yep.
Normally it's blame me when something goes wrong.
No, this time it's all my fault. I admit it. Corey, you can send me the bill later.
So seemingly, Christensen may have let Potter off the hook here.
Yeah.
It slid about 2 or 3 inches behind the pin, so Cassie's got 2 stones to draw to for backing.
Yeah, if that rock is a foot higher, foot and a half higher, it's perfect.
Yep.
Now it's just a catcher's mitt down there.
So here's Cassie's hammerstone here in the 4th.
It kind of came off of her right shoulder there. It looked like it was out a bit.
Oh, this is
not
running.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is running.
Yep, otherwise we're going to overcurl. Yep.
That's a good call.
Yep.
Good bounce. I want to go through the
Bounce
hole.
off.
Watch the hole.
Oh, nice.
Wow,
Good line call.
What a nice ad-lib call there.
That was unbelievable.
That's pure experience.
It is.
Knowing how she threw it, knowing she was heavy. If they hadn't done anything with it, it might well have slipped through the hole, actually.
So that's going to be a score of 1 for Potter and tying this game up 1-1 after 4. We'll be back right after this.
Is your club considering replacing its stones? USA Curling's Stone Purchase Program, which is made possible by the World Curling Federation, gives clubs the opportunity to purchase new stones over a 5-year payment period. For more information, contact the USA Curling National Office. The USA Curling Safe Sport Program was introduced in 2013 to raise awareness about the potential for misconduct in sport. Details about the program, which includes background checks and online training, are outlined in the USA Curling Safe Sport Handbook, which can be found in the Athletes section of the USA Curling website.
And we're back here in the 5th end of our feature matchup. Cassie Potter, Corey Christensen knotted at 1. Gonna take a look at the Becca Wood, Kristen Clark game. Clark up 5-1, but Wood's got some things working here. Looks like she's sitting 3.
I think it's 4, actually. I think that one on the left is in the 8 foot.
Could be, you're right.
There's some pressure on Clark here.
This rock's really curling too.
Oh, there's no
This
way
is
she's
Clark's first
no
stone.
way she's holding this in the house.
Makes the hit.
She does have last rock.
It's a good thing she's going to need it. Going to be facing a minimum of 3 wood counters. Could be 4.
On our feature sheet here, Corey employing the wing strategy, something that she's used very well in her young career.
Drawing to the side to counter a center guard. That is.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is with the wing strategy, the center guard goes up, you draw to the wing, Cassie's coming around, which is great. But even if she makes a great shot, if Christensen can freeze to this shot that's traveling down the ice, she's got a huge advantage because they're only a peel and a missed guard away from possibly scoring 2 or 3.
Yep.
So one of the only defenses against the wing strategy is to throw 2 center guards.
Sure.
talk about that a little bit like a chess gambit. I mean, is that the way you think about openings?
Absolutely, absolutely. By throwing that rock out there, you're basically saying, "I dare you. I dare you to ignore this rock." And a lot of skips won't. You know, they'll walk out there and hit it, and that's one less center guard that they get to throw, right? So you've essentially won at that point. Trying to get this by, critical to get it into the rings if they can, and
Nope.
that's too bad.
So hammer coming here for Kristen Clark over on sheet B.
Drawing against 3.
Needs
Needs to find the 4-foot for
They
1.
started sweeping this out of her hand.
I'm not sure it's there.
It's curling a ton.
It's already across center line.
Nope, not going to be there. That's a steal of 3 for Becca Wood. We'll bring that game to a 5-4 margin.
That's a big end there for Team Wood.
So with that miss on our feature sheet here, Cassie's now going to go out and hit that rock. And I suspect Corey will do a little cleanup of the center line. Maybe try to run that in if she can. Run that red stone in, that center guard.
Try to go across the face maybe.
She could probably take it off, get both the red and the yellow. But they're going to go single peel here.
No, just straight peel.
So just a single peel here. A little bonus maybe. Get a
Might pump
piece of your
theirs.
own.
Ooh, almost.
A little surprised Corey didn't think about that as that rock was coming down, because that might have redirected that yellow right back into the 4-foot there.
Yeah, push it in for second. Cassie probably have to hit it.
So again, that wing strategy is it's kind of a conservative deuce approach, right? You shouldn't get in a ton of trouble playing that, and you certainly stand a really good chance of not having to throw a really tough shot in the 4-foot at the end of the end to score if that's what you're looking to do.
So it's going sideways.
Leave shot stone half open.
Guard is a little less than halfway between the hog and the top of the rings. You can probably get to nose with hack.
Don't get happy, Sean.
Yeah, don't get happy. That was
Did I sound happy?
That was a coincidence.
Yeah.
On it right away. Can they hold it out there? Got good line.
Looks nice. Now let it finish up to the nose. Might
Nice
actually get a
move
little
right by
inside
the
roll
guard.
maybe.
That-
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
That's a beauty.
That's a lovely shot.
Now Potter's got to be a little bit careful with their stone out in the wings. Gonna have to come down softly on this stone.
Well, the only good thing for Cassie here is that, Corey is sitting shot, but it's behind the center and plays in the middle, and that factor kind of favors Cassie a little bit since she doesn't have the hammer. She can make a freeze and really shrink the scoring area. Force Corey to manufacture her deuce entirely in the 4-foot with a good freeze. This looks like it's flying.
Make its move right now.
Look at that thing go.
You get an inside roll with this.
Holy smokes.
Wow. Bumps it behind the tee line. Still Christensen sitting 1, but that's a pretty good shot. That stone is now a problem for Corey being behind the button.
What do you like? Roadside light. Don't want to tap them.
Great discussion there.
Yeah, I think this is probably the. I mean, there's a couple different ways you could approach it. I agree. I didn't really like the yellow run myself. That's just too much danger of taking yourself out.
Right. And trying to tap that red rock, you're just going to open up shot rock in the back.
Right, absolutely.
Right. So the freeze is probably the best call here.
The corner freeze is best.
Yep. Line. Yes, line.
Losing the ankle on this. Uh-oh. Don't want to tap this in for shot. Ooh.
It's actually not too bad. Little strong, but it covers things up a bit.
It shrinks the scoring area even more.
There's still plenty of room there on that intern side, though.
Oh yeah.
She's got 3 rocks to come yet, though.
Yeah.
Now that yellow run in has a lot less danger to it.
Yes.
Right. You could slash it across the face of the rock that was just thrown and maybe get a good result out of it.
Well, Jackie can pretty much lock up the end with a good freeze here, but the one thing you can't do is over curl and wreck the
They
yellow.
better get on this.
And this going straight downhill.
Uh-oh.
Downhill.
Roll it. Go. Take the roll. Go.
Gotta get it behind the other one.
All the way. Okay.
Well, it rolled.
I don't know.
Did it go back far enough to prevent the red double, John? I think it did.
It's deep enough because in order to
You'd have to roll straight
Yeah.
sideways.
so I think you're just playing straight hit and roll.
Just a hit and roll to kind of nuzzle up against the backside of that thing.
Now the interesting thing that Corey said there is that she could roll all the way to the other side of the 4. I disagree.
I don't want. Well,
If she rolls the other side of the button, you
That's
just open up the freeze again.
Absolutely, yeah. I don't think you want to roll that far. I think you just want to roll like about a rock and a half.
Waiting for this to break.
There it goes.
Half a rock. Perfect.
Oh, that's real nice.
Just like that. Yep.
Perfect.
Great shot.
Makes that red rock almost unusable.
Can Cassie see enough to make the yellow double?
With the way it's hooking in there,
I think she probably can. But then, of course, the one she's hitting might just redirect back onto that other red in the bottom
Right.
left there.
right?
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I mean, yeah, to get the double.
Could you just throw like a nose tap too? Just like throw like back line, get to the nose of that thing.
You could. You could potentially throw back line maybe.
Back line, even hack.
Hack.
Just kind of sit there and
Yeah,
you
split those 2 rocks off,
Yeah.
or maybe just leave her counting 1.
well, just leave her counting 1 back button. You've got 2 in front of it.
Question is, do you leave a
think
double
even
if
if
you
we
do
get-
that? You may leave a double.
Well, only if you roll off, I think. I think if you can tap it and just sit there. Well, I don't know. It's close.
Because that rock, if you tap it on the nose,
That's
that
good.
rock's going to be a little bit higher.
That's
right?
true. Yeah. Well, if you leave it, if you try to sit right there, I think an attempt at double will end up coming back onto the yellow that stays there. I think Cassie's going to take a rip at the double.
Yep. Tough shot here.
How much? Control?
I like
Just
the
throwing
weight
control,
call.
yeah.
I like the weight call.
And we've talked a few times about these slash doubles and how you always you have to hit less than you think to make them go, because the way the angles go and the way the rocks react, the turn always has to change, and because of that, it's really dead coming off of the back rock.
Right.
So
Well, and I think that in this situation, I don't know that she's trying to get them both out. She
I
wants
doubt
to
it.
get one out for sure.
Right.
On and off. On and off.
Looks close to at least get it out of the 4 foot.
A great shot.
Terrific.
Very
That
nice.
spins. That's a really nice shot.
Yeah, I think that's the best she could do there.
And just like I was saying, she wasn't really looking to get that second one all the way
No.
out. She knew that wasn't happening.
Nope.
But she's a foot of weight away from getting that spun out to third count.
Yeah. Yeah, really just
Or
getting
fourth.
really just getting him out of a 4-foot.
Red one to get on those.
You can see what she's left though. That yellow run-in is there to potentially leave Corey sitting 3 if she can make it good.
Yep. This is a part of Corey's game that has really gotten a lot better. Coming up through the junior ranks and learning angles, understanding where you have to hit rocks. She girls out of Duluth, and she spends an awful lot of time with John Schuster, I know, talking about angles and all of that. It's been fun to watch her and the team progress with some of these skills.
Yeah, I think the ideal spot for hitting this is just a hair high side. Basically try to stick it on that yellow. The one you're hitting, when you're running it into, won't really go anywhere.
This is another one that might run on her.
It's close.
Oh,
Perfect.
really nice.
So shot rock is basically buried. Second count out there in the 8-foot is probably something that Cassie's going to have to play off of.
Yeah, she can play off it, make a double, even just a hit and roll buried. Be a really good shot. Take another look. Needed to finish just a little more
A hair more.
to leave them both buried. But works out good the way she hit it anyways. Still sitting 3 with the hammer.
So there's actually a pretty safe shot here for Cassie. I mean, she can hit anywhere from half to a third, and she's got plenty of catch stones.
Yeah, she hits half, she makes the high double, makes third, she makes the back one.
I didn't hear the weight call.
I think I heard normal.
Okay.
Looking like a nice roll. Oh, beautiful
Perfect.
roll. Very, very
Wow.
nice.
The only problem with that shot is, Sean,
Well, you see it leaves the raise again. Raise for 3. And it did with an odd end.
Yeah.
This being an odd end, I think it's absolutely worth the risk to try this.
totally agree.
She basically just threw this shot.
And again, they can play this a little safer. She can afford to nose this run back. She doesn't have to hit it perfect.
Right. No, nose will still make it.
And as long as she can score 2 out of it at least.
So potential for a score as many as 3 if Christensen can nail this run back just right.
Oh, terrific shot. And Corey Christensen grabs her 3 here in the 5th and now takes a 4-1 lead over Cassie Potter. We're going to send it over to Price Atkinson right after this.
Has the coverage of the U.S. Men's and Women's National Championships inspired you to compete at a higher level? USA Curling sponsors numerous championships each season. Members are encouraged to explore opportunities to compete at the national level in under 18, junior, college, senior, mixed doubles, club, arena, men's and women's, and wheelchair curling. Check out the events section of the USA Curling website for more information. The Grand National Curling Club, which serves as the regional governing body for curling on the East Coast, is celebrating an important anniversary. As of June 26, 2017, The organization will mark 150 years in the sport. USA Curling congratulates the Grand National Curling Club for reaching this milestone.
All right, welcome back into Xfinity Arena here in Everett, Washington, and excited to be joined by Stephanie D'Ambrosio, Director of Events and Marketing with Shields Arena in Fargo, North Dakota. Now, Fargo, home to Carson Wentz, the number 2 overall pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, home to the multinational champion North Dakota State Bison, but home to the 2008 USA Curling Nationals next March. How exciting is this to bring it back to Fargo?
We're really excited. It's such a unique event, and it's something that we was successful in the past, and it's only positive for our community, for our arena, and it's such a cool event to have. We're very excited to have it back.
So speaking of having it back, 2011, the last time you guys hosted, 2013 had Olympic trials. Why'd you guys want to bring Nationals back to Fargo again?
You know, it was really a no-brainer when we started to think about it and look into it. Again, it's such a cool event for our community. We get a lot of different people through our doors. We have a great curling club that supports us and that really backs us. And when we came down to it, we thought, why not? We had such fun with it the first couple times, so we're really, really excited to have it back.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned the Fargo Moorhead Curling Club, the City of Fargo, Fargo Moorhead Convention and Visitors Bureau, a team effort with Shields Arena to bring it back. But you were telling me beforehand, and also yesterday somebody was telling me about Fargo, how much the arena area around with businesses, restaurants, people won't recognize it from the last time they were in Fargo for Nationals because it's grown. There's so much going on around the arena.
Yeah, if you were out there in 2011 and you come back, you will not recognize it. There's a brand new hospital that just went up that's right by us, and that has only made the community area grow. Brand new restaurants, hotels, businesses, shopping. The area is really thriving, and we're really close to downtown Fargo and very accessible to really anything. It's really growing, and again, the restaurants and hotels, there's endless opportunities and possibilities.
Well, it's a year away. We know March 3rd through the 10th, so we got a little ways. It is an Olympic year, so it moves back a little ways, almost a month. But some things, any ideas, maybe some things you guys have in the works already that you've kind of got planned? I don't know if you want to let secrets out of the bag, but maybe some things that might be different bringing it to Fargo. Yeah,
there's been great things that we picked up from here in past ones. We love the Learn to Curl thing. I think people in the community would love that, to get out and be able to have a chance. We really want to embrace our kids in the community. We have a lot of schools surrounding that would love to get them involved. I think kids are going to be a huge part, but anything else we have, it's just might be a little surprise. So you'll have to come out and check it out yourself.
All right. Speaking of, you mentioned learning. You've been here for a couple days.
Yep.
So what are some things you picked up other than curling fans' insatiable appetite for curling more and more?
Right.
What are some things that you picked up that you're going to take back to Fargo?
Yeah, to be honest, before this, I did not know a lot about curling. I'm not even going to lie. And I think the sport itself is just so cool. I grew up playing hockey and around different sports, and this is it's a whole new ball game. I mean, I give it up to these athletes. They have a skill set that's like unlike any other. So I think just the sport itself and really picking up on the little things. Somebody early on told me, it's really a gentleman's sport, and I really picked up on that, and I think it's so very cool to see the athletes interact with each other, and just see how they play the game. It's such a cool game.
So what's been your favorite thing that you've gotten to do here in Everett at Nationals, whether it be here at the arena, outside? What are some things you've had a good time here while you're learning and getting ready to go back to Fargo?
I think really just learning the game. I'm a sports person, so I like learning different sports. And again, I didn't know a lot about it, so I think really picking up on the game and learning the game, it's been really cool, and it's definitely something I think when I go back to Fargo, I'll definitely be heading out to our curling club and learning a lot. I did a little bit on the Learn to Curl, and I struggled a little bit, but I was also wearing the wrong shoes, so we'll blame it on that.
Yeah, you're a sports fan because you were talking about you're proud of your Bison.
Oh, so. Very proud. I'm a Bison alumni, so go Bison.
Yeah, so I think between now and next year's Nationals, something tells me maybe a little bit of a curling bug is bitten you. And
I think so.
You join the Fargo Moorhead Curling Club to get on the ice and slide yourself.
I think so. I really do think so.
All right. Well, what else, when you head back, what's the end game for you here?
We really just need to we'll start the ball rolling. Planning will be quickly approaching. Again, like you said, a year is going to be here before we know it. I think we'll just really dive deep, so be sure to watch out for details. Come to our website, shieldsarena.com, and yeah.
All right, well, that's it. Stephanie
Thanks for having
D'Ambrosio
me.
from the Director of Events and Marketing at Shields Arena in Fargo, North Dakota. Again, 2018 Nationals, March 3rd through the 10th. Moves back a little bit because of the Olympic year, but I know everybody's fired up to go back to Fargo. I'm fired up to make my first trip to Fargo. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for being
See
here,
you guys
Stephanie.
there.
All right, back over to Sean and Joe as we get ready for the 6th. Cassie Potter and Corey Christensen.
Thanks a lot, Price. Thanks, Rebecca.
Thank you. Yeah, I think, yeah. Did I do okay?
Back into the 6th end here. Christensen making an awesome shot to get her 3 in the 5th end. Now puts Cassie a little bit behind the 8 ball. They need to get some offense going. Need to try and score 2 here.
Okay. Yep. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Jackie. Whoa. Yep. Roll the shooter. Yep. Okay.
So back here in the 6th end. Christensen 4-1 over Potter. Potter with the hammer, playing the Red Rocks. Has a couple things out front. I'm guessing Christensen's going to make one of these disappear.
Yeah, Joe was just talking about the awesome shot that Corey made to get her 3. But going to make Potter play some offense. Has to get a couple points here.
That's fine.
So taking a quick look around the sheets here. Looks like Schultz picked up a deuce in the 4th end.
What do I miss?
But Roth threatening again in the 6th. I'm sorry, in the 5th.
Yeah, sitting 2, both pretty well covered, and Jessica about to throw her last. In danger of giving up another multiple score.
Hard step, yep.
Kristen Clark picked up 2 in the 5th. Leads
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
7-4 for Rebecca Wood. Clark has a couple stones in the rings at the moment, but they're early in the end.
What?
And Sinclair sitting 2 right now with a 4-1 lead in the 6th.
And looks like nothing but the last stone left for Cora Farrell.
Looks like she's going to draw for 1.
Yep.
That's going to be the attempt anyway.
You gotta go. Yep. Go with her. Yep. Go, 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 go. I don't know.
So really wanted that to roll completely out of play.
Yeah, hit that pretty full.
Control.
I gives Sophie the opportunity to hit and roll away to the right, get some separation, set up a potential score of 2.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa.
Control.
Jackie. Roll, roll.
Some finish and makes the hit and roll, but those 2 are fairly close together.
Peel? I just want to throw peel at it.
Sure.
So Sarah asking for peel weight. Take a little bit of the guesswork out of the line.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Looking for the double.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Ooh.
Gassed it. Boy, when he asked for more weight, you might want to make sure.
Well, the interesting thing I noticed is that Corey initially called for 9, which is basically a normal hit.
Yeah.
Put the broom down.
Yeah.
And then Sarah said, "Can I have peel?" Corey said, "Sure." She didn't move the broom.
Just left it
The
alone.
broom was in the exact same spot.
They cook them down to here too.
At least as long as mine eyes don't deceive me, that's what I think I saw. So it's a big opportunity to put a third stone in the rings for Jackie and maybe set up a tying score of 3.
Yeah, if she can get just a little buried around the corner in front of that other rock,
Stay close.
that double will still be there.
Okay.
Just needs to curl.
It's hanging there,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
pretty deep.
Okay.
We would like to have gotten a little bit. Would like to have gotten low on that redstone, across the face a bit, but
This? Yeah.
not a bad result where it sits.
A little flatter double.
Yeah, this one you have to throw peel to make, or at the very least firm. You want to make sure that second one goes out of the rings.
Yep. Yep.
Looks like she turned that over a bit.
Yep.
This looks like it has a whole lot of nose hit to it.
Yep. Boy, that really jumped off of there, though.
Probably sitting second stone.
Yeah, I didn't think that was rolling at all, but you know, sharp striking bands, a lot of rotation.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised with the turn on that. I mean, if you come across the face on that, you're gonna get 2 of them.
Yep.
Unless you set it out at all.
Yep.
Yep.
This one's gonna curl awfully close to that center line.
Yep. 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 Hard.
Looking to roll away.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Nice throw.
Rolls away a little bit. Good spot, though. Makes for a very thin double. It's,
We need about a third of this, maybe.
oh, less than that.
Less than that.
I think it's a
Yeah.
quarter.
Quarter or an eighth.
Yeah, a third is just going to tick that one, go over the top, and spin out the left. Yeah, very, very thin.
So I haven't checked. What's the viewership been like this week so far?
Right now, I have showing 508 people watching at the
That's
moment.
awesome.
That's pretty good.
This one over curling.
Oh, hitting way too much. Rolling over the top.
I'd say we're up about 10% so far.
That's pretty nice.
I think we've maxed
From
out
last
at
year.
what, about 560 for one of the draws?
So we're close to 600 for one.
Okay.
But that's, just at one particular time. We've been
Right.
averaging about 3,000 per draw so far.
I don't know. I liked the line. Take with
Oh, as in separate views.
Yeah, in
Okay.
views.
Okay.
Okay.
Where did that come from?
The Hello Kitty duct tape.
And there's no Hello Kitty in the Calabrese household. I know that.
There sure ain't one in the Angry Bird household. Betting you gonna lay claim to that?
I just walked into this thing.
And so did the Hello Kitty duct tape.
No.
Oh.
No.
It's the first I've seen of it.
Mm-hmm.
BA. So just trying to position the stone in front of that other pair.
It's 7-8. We need to. Yep.
Rather not be deep.
Kind of trying to line it up with the guard and the top stone.
Whoa. Whoa.
This is the second time I've seen this rock for Cassie
really take off.
Yeah, it's just moving a little bit more. Remember a couple of ends ago, she had that one that she came into the button with, and it just
Oh, sure, right.
it overcurled and left Corey that shot for one.
Yeah, could be a bit of a cutter. Winds up in a nice spot. There's, even if that guard wasn't there, I don't think there's a triple there.
Trying to get a.
Is that the number 7?
Looks like a number 7.
Yeah. I don't know. You just throw peel weight, try to make a double, and get out of this giving up 2?
The question is, does that yellow rock catch it? I think if you hit it right, it should.
I think it goes under it.
I think it goes under it.
The other option is you could try to make a run back double, get the top 2, and it should slide under that too.
Boy,
it's either one's tough, real tough.
Yeah. I like this call.
It's a little less complicated, I think. I think the difficulty is pretty equal.
I'm not so sure, Sean. The way
you don't think so?
The way this rock is going to come off of there, I don't think it'll catch it full, but I think it is going to touch that yellow.
I think you have to catch the back one pretty thin.
Yeah, really thin.
I mean, and I'm saying I don't think you can hit more than a third of this to even have a hope.
In which case, she's not holding her shooter.
Well, she's not throwing big weight.
Can't afford to clip the top one. Oh, she's on the top.
She's on the guard.
That one was gone before she let it go.
Wow.
Redirects it back in, but not much consequence there. Potter going to have a draw for 4.
Wow.
Wow, what a turn there.
Huge turn of events after getting a big 3.
Yeah, I don't think Corey was even trying the double on that, based on the weight. I know they talked about maybe just hitting and staying there and trying to sit second, perhaps.
So the question will become is, regardless of this shot, do you recover from getting a great 3 with a couple of nice run backs to giving up a 4 and going down 1?
That's quite a.
Can you put that shot away?
Right.
Yeah.
It's bit of a gut wrencher.
Gotta flush the end if you can.
All right, needs to curl. This needs to turn.
She's got a piece.
She should be good now.
That's no problem. So with that, Cassie Potter picks up a big 4-ender. Now takes a 5-4 lead over Corey Christensen. We'll be back with the 7th end right after this.
USA Curling is committed to providing high-quality webcasts of this and other national events now and into the future, and has partnered with TESN in doing so. Please join the Peskoff Family Charitable Foundation and the Plainfield Curling Club in improving the video quality of future national championship webcasts. The Peskoff Family Charitable Foundation will make a matching gift of $20,000 to support the continuation of and improvements to the USA Curling webcasts, including a transition to full high-definition web stream coverage. To find out more and make a donation, please visit donate.usacurl.org.
So after picking up a big 4, Cassie Potter takes a lead 5-4 going into the 7th. It's quite a turn in the last couple of ends. Making some nice shots to get a 3, and then that really snuck up on Corey, I think, that 4. It kind of came from nowhere.
Yeah, it's you see that occasionally, not so much to that extent, but where you get a big end and you kind of take control of the game and you try and get defensive and you start throwing peel and maybe not throwing them all that great. That it's not like that was a bad called end or anything of that nature. They just missed some shots there that
Right.
Some relatively routine doubles.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, for this team, definitely. Ooh, a little bobble there from Steph.
Okay. Room.
This
Okay.
rock is sailing.
Okay. Can we take it through? Oh yeah.
That's
Okay.
almost hack,
Yeah.
if not board.
Yeah, but Steph just lost her balance a little bit kicking out and couldn't quite recover to set the weight.
Full line. Eat. Full. Rub. Need to rub. You're pretty much past it already.
And a big push here by Jenna as well. Uncharacteristic.
She's very rarely heavy on shots like this.
That one going to settle in.
Just barely.
That'll hang on. Potentially usable. Cassie going to go after that rock. Up one. Maintaining control.
Let's see just about all of this.
Yep. Yep. Really
Gotta
hard.
get it by. Gotta get it by.
Hard.
Whoa!
Just barely.
Nice sweeping.
I don't think that's going to concern Corey too much. I think
Do that.
she could play the hit and roll, open up that center line for sure, or she could ignore all of that and come under the corner.
Yeah, either or, really.
Whoa. Yep.
A little over sweeping here.
Oversweeping. I think this is gone.
Maybe that was just a missed call on the weight by the sweepers. Corey thinking that was going to break a little more. And that means Cassie can go up and get rid of this corner guard.
Probably roll into the rings, too.
Yep.
At this point,
Oh, Jackie.
Corey's going to be thinking to get out with a blank.
It was just a curl to make contact.
Yep,
Whoa.
just barely.
Gonna hit. What? Okay.
Thirds first.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't mind the freeze here, Sean.
I like the freeze. Gives you at least a chance of maybe getting two.
Yeah.
It's early enough that there's enough stones to come. You might get a mistake.
One rock later, I might hit and just decide blank's okay.
Yep. Yeah. And I think that's what predicated the call of the hit and roll when the corner guard was there. Kept the blank alive.
Got lots of room. Switch. Where are you? Back here. 6, 7. Still got tons of room.
It's going to walk over there.
Go, Sarah. Yep. Hard, Sarah. Yep.
Got to get it all the way back there.
All the way. Yep. Go. Okay.
Had to wait for it to curl up, but not a bad effort. Would like to get another foot out of that probably to make it good. If Cassie can get a good hit and roll here, she might have the force set up.
Yeah, job one is to just make sure the yellow goes away cleanly. Jackie has a nice looking shot here.
Yep. going to stick?
It will.
Does.
Very nice.
Very even.
At this point, I think Corey may as well continue to try and freeze. Never going to double those.
Freeze again? Yeah.
So coming up just a little light on that first one. Tendency would be to be a little heavy here.
You got room. Go ahead. Yep, go then.
Oh, that's got to move. This one's way further out. Way further out.
Weight is perfect, just doesn't have the line.
Wait.
Absolutely perfect weight.
Still needs to be dealt with. If it's hit on the wrong side, you still might be able to get out of this end.
Same weight.
I think as long as you hit it broomside somewhere, you're fine.
That's what you got to think as the shooter here, Jackie. Try to make sure she throws a nice clean rock.
Whoa.
Or to say she added. Could make it track a little bit.
Yep.
Holy cow, this is
Wow.
taking off.
Whoa, whoa.
I
Yep.
think she's got nose, maybe a little even roll in front.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
9-5. Wait, why don't we? What? Freeze again. Kind of like the hit, Sarah. But then they're just gonna stop and have a split house. What? It's too late to start hitting now. I still like the hit. Here.
Sarah does not like it. She's going to go talk about it. And I know what Corey's thinking here. We're going to listen to them talk, and we'll see if I'm wrong.
We tried to freeze 3 times and haven't made it, so.
Well,
If we nose it,
Yeah.
we can get her to roll out. If she rolls out, then we blank.
we're relying on a miss though. I don't know. I just feel like if we do this, she has a nose hit to split the house, and then we're gonna be.
I like the hit. Down by 1, Sarah. Just get out of this end and go for 2 next end.
Exercising Skip's prerogative. And Corey made the point that I was thinking. You make the nose hit.
There's no change
You
in
know,
mind.
Yes, Cassie will have a hit to split the house, but you'll have an angle to possibly make a double.
Correct.
And I know that's what Corey's thinking. She
Right.
actually has a better chance of blanking now than she did a shot ago.
Right, because that rock is
Higher.
higher.
Right.
Where it is.
Exactly.
It's really good.
It's got to curl just
Gotta
a
Gotta
curl
co-
just a
got-
bit.
Gotta come up.
Oh,
I don't know. Based on that conversation, I'm not sure Sarah ever really bought into that shot.
right.
Even if you don't agree with the skip, at the end of the day, it's her call, and you gotta settle in and buy into it.
This is a little interesting. Doesn't necessarily have to hit this rock.
Yeah, I don't really see. Not sure how Corey would be able to bring that rock into play. I know it's just biting, and you're thinking full defense, but. Well, I guess the other argument is there a good spot where you could put it? I mean, 6 and 1/2 dozen the other,
Yeah.
I suppose.
So she peels that out. Now Corey's going to have to freeze.
Do you want to hit? No. Good. Maybe just hit it and roll out.
I don't know. Kind of like that. What do you guys like? Okay.
You got it. So on mine, it's a bit wide, or?
Both yours and Taylor's just didn't curl that much. But this one's a little further over.
Okay.
That's about where I had you guys. That should be good.
So we'll see if the 4th time is the charm. Corey on this freeze. No other options at this point.
The interesting thing is, you could argue that she could make the same argument right now about playing the hit on that back rock and hoping for Cassie to roll out on her last one. You technically could make the same argument, but I think the freeze is the right call here.
That's true.
Because you're likely forced to one.
Well, yeah, I mean
you should assume at this point that you're probably forced to one. That's going to overkill.
Right.
Oh, man. It should have been on this a long time ago.
Oh, that's gone.
Hard! Go, go, go! You're past it! Stop! Hard! One.
That's just going right past it.
Yep.
Oh.
What do you think about top 12 even? Okay. Top 12?
So they've discussed the location of this stone. Looking to go in the top 12 foot.
Top 4 is okay too. Just don't want it too deep.
Oh man, this is track and they haven't laid a broom to this.
That's
Lines up deep, and Corey's going to have an open draw to the full 8 foot for the most part for her one.
looking to tie the game up here and probably try and settle the team down a little bit. That exchange between Corey and Sarah, I think, might, have a little bit to do with the fact that they took a 3 and then gave up a 4, and
Yeah, true.
just aren't executing real well right now. So getting this point, even things up, get your head back in the game.
There was definitely a little bit of tension in the exchange. It seemed like.
Well, Corey's a very determined skip.
No backing. No backing.
This rock's got to sit.
Line's good. Line's good. Yep.
All right, line's starting to finish now.
There it goes.
That backing now.
Corey, that's a nice calm draw from Corey to take her 1. Tie the game up at 5-all. Cassie will have the hammer into the 8th end when we come back right after this.
The USA Curling Club Nationals are coming to Fairbanks, Alaska, March 4th through the 11th. If you're in our northernmost state, stop in at the Fairbanks Curling Club to cheer on some of the best men's and women's club teams in the nation. Seeking to learn more about attracting, growing, and maintaining members in your club? Do you want to increase your club's sponsorship revenue? Learn about these topics and more at the annual Business of Curling Symposium this June. The weekend event features interactive discussions and idea sharing. More information on the upcoming program can be found on the USA Curling website.
So we're back here, feature game, all tied up at 5. Cassie Potter, Corey Christensen. Potter with the hammer in the even end. Both teams 2-0. Looking to improve their playoff positioning.
Well, then, you're going for a 5.
4.
Team looks rattled here, Sean.
Yeah, there's. I don't know. I'm not sure how much of a coach I am, but I do see just little. I don't know. Just a little off, I suppose, is what I would say. That's all I feel qualified to say.
I think just in general game management. You got to feel like, you've kind of let something go here, that you're not. You were in control. Now you're maybe feeling a little less in control, but in reality, it's a tie game, and you get a steal.
Right.
And you've scored an even end. I mean, you got to regroup quickly in these situations.
Absolutely. I mean, a score for either team is gonna, whoever scores a point in this end, scores it all, is going to be in good shape to win this game. Steal one's a big deal here.
So frankly, I mean, these first 2 lead stones here could really set the tone for the Christensen rink for this whole end. I mean, you make a good come around here, and your spirits maybe are raised a bit, and you feel like you've got a good shot here.
Absolutely.
Something happens here that isn't ideal, and maybe you feel like you're struggling uphill this end.
It's really always about being able to put the bad stuff behind you and let it go. I was talking about our team earlier and the patience, the ability to come back from, being down a little bit. And, it's a huge part of this game, is being able to shake off the misses when they happen, pick up your teammates when they're not doing so well, if need be. The best way you can do that is to make your shots.
And that's a battle that I think every curler at this level has to fight at some point or another, no matter how long you've been playing. We all go through spells like that.
So Jenna makes the come around, comes up a little short.
Yeah, they were calling 8 out of her hand, and that was quite a way short of 8.
Well, and they were saying 5 or 6 on her first one, and that ended up being a 3.
Any chance the ice is coming down a little bit, maybe?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
Although I did, as I mentioned earlier, they didn't clean that first rock at all.
That's true.
And it just checked up.
Yep.
But the reality of the situation is, I mean, most of the Christensen team is actually, they're in the 70%. They're not playing horribly. They're making some shots.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to feel some confidence just knowing your own results, knowing that you've been in this situation before.
Absolutely.
It was an interesting call there.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, with that stone being so far back, and a steal being something I think worth pushing for in this end. Do you even worry about the peel?
Yeah, I think Corey was looking at the red rock in the back thinking they were shot, but they're not really set up great right now for a steal. There's a relatively easy double here. If nothing else, you get this top rock off.
Right. You could have made an argument for maybe throwing another guard there.
Yeah, throwing another guard or trying to get a better come around into the forefoot.
Right.
And that's a really good result for Sophie right there. Gets everything off the center line. They're still laying shot. They've got third shot in the ring.
2 in the house. Yeah, it's really nice situation for Potter now.
I like going for the double. Do this one. Wait, what? Okay.
Chasing a little bit here, huh?
Yep.
Oh, we've got disagreement again on the shot call. Just playing the hit on the back stone to sit 2. This needs to come up to stay.
Should finish.
I'm not sure it's staying.
Good weight.
It just does.
Good weight.
So now Christensen sitting 1-2.
What's that?
I think she's more at death shot.
Or that one?
Normal weight.
Normal.
A giant Monica face. Oh my goodness. Seen a few of those. First time I saw one, they scared the crap out of me.
Go. Okay.
The worst was the giant tilker face.
Yes, well,
I
of
was
course.
not ready for that at all.
It's bad enough at normal size.
Yep.
Gosh, I hope he's listening. Because he really deserved that.
Oh, he
and
always.
I'm just gonna leave that. If he's listening,
Oh my
or
goodness.
anybody on his team is listening, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh my goodness. Well, he deserves anything anybody throws at him, and he takes it with love.
That's never a good noise.
Mm-mm.
Really casting that intern in.
Hard for a piece. Go.
This might be airing.
Jay. Hard. Go.
Got a little chunk.
Just enough. Get it out. So Potter really in control here.
Control.
Nothing on the center line. She has the hammer.
And that stone on the left has got a tiny nibble on the top of the rings.
Looming large. If Jackie can make a hit in a 1 foot roll here into the rings.
Whoa. Yep.
Boy, these interns are just going like crazy.
Hard.
So I think she's got a small roll here, maybe just enough.
Go.
Oh,
Just
perfect.
enough.
Perfect.
Good sweep.
Perfect. Corey's going to get away from that side. Try to hit and hopefully roll long behind that stone that Jackie just played.
So last one they swept right out of her hand. This one they haven't touched at all.
It's got a curl.
This looks like it's just right on the nose.
Just not executing. Leaves a corner guard.
That's bad news there.
Cassie will look to pounce on this opportunity for sure.
Absolutely. Phrase I haven't broken out yet this week. But a veteran skip like Cassie might smell just a little bit of blood in the water here.
Careful. Where's the weight?
Oh, I'm sure of it.
Okay. All right.
You know what it's like when you're out there, Sean, and you see another team struggling, and
Oh, yeah.
This one needs to stop.
Hey, Jackie.
Looks real nice.
It's deeper than she wanted, but it'll do the job.
It'll work.
Yeah, you see another team struggling and you know you're going to get chances. And, you know, an event like this, teams are here to win.
Yeah.
You're going to jump all over it.
Good. Not really. We haven't played that turn at all.
Just a quick score update. Sinclair's actually up 7-3 now. They're in the 9th end.
Pretty big time clock difference in that game. Sinclair having almost 9 minutes more on her clock. Team Wood's got almost 8 minutes. Or, I'm sorry, not Team Wood.
Team Bear.
Team Bear has almost 8 minutes on their clock. So they've got enough to play the last two ends. But Sinclair at almost 17.
Okay, big roll over.
For those of you who are just joining us, Team Bear is actually Team Farrell this week. Their skip headed to Worlds.
Junior Worlds in South Korea.
Yep. Whoa. Hard.
I think Sarah was trying to maybe get the super long double, knowing that the roll wasn't going to be made.
Kind of don't mind this.
just struggling
Yeah, just
mightily.
Yeah, you know, not missing, but just not making the shots the right way
Right.
right now.
Just on the wrong side of it on a lot of things.
Yep.
The last 3 ends here, basically.
Pretty much the end they gave up that 4 is when it started.
Right.
Love the team. Yeah, they seem to be skating.
So now Cassie has an opportunity to get under this corner
Second time.
Second time, maybe set up a 3. Just do not want to be behind the tee line here because you let Corey off the hook if you leave a freeze.
Oh. Yeah, you'd rather this be wide open and not buried. Top 12 than be way deep.
Oh, they're all off of this.
Oh. This is not light.
Just going to leave a big pocket back there for...
Oh.
Chance
May
to get
even
out
be
of
a
this.
double there.
Not sure how much you can see from the hack. You can see enough.
Edge on edge.
That might be better.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Edge on edge, or maybe just a sliver less than that.
Even if you hit what you can see, you may wind up on top of that stone anyway, sort of frozen. Even if it doesn't go all the way out.
I'm gonna throw 9.
Could have, with that stone being so deep, you could have made an argument for just splitting the rings too.
True.
Well, I mean, you bury one on the other side, you still might set up a 3 if you bury it properly, and you're also not grouping your rocks.
Well, and make sure you get your 2.
Exactly, right.
You know, go up 2 with 2 ends to go.
That's a very strong position.
I'd take that all day long.
Whoa! Yep! Whoa! Whoa! Yes! Yes! Whoa!
Well,
Whoa!
it looks
whoa,
like
whoa.
Corey's got a real
Really
nice,
good.
Nice.
got a real nice shot here. Beautiful.
Wow.
Sticks around in the back.
Right,
Nice double.
nice saver, and nice bounce back.
So we'll see how that make changes the chemistry going on out there on the ice.
I think that was, just for the psyche of Team Christensen, I think that was a huge shot, really, for the entire team. Now they're going to get out of this end with a forcing Cassie to blank. Have another chance to force her in the 9th.
This end almost got away from Christensen after sort of a questionable peel call early. But small mistake by Potter, and Christensen makes the double.
Steph! Steph!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, she's not going to breeze this.
She's got
Got
it.
a little hunk.
Oh,
Just
okay.
enough.
Just came with just enough at the end to blank the end. She'll keep the hammer and a 5-5 tie going into the 9th. And we'll have that for you right after these messages.
USA Curling's annual media guide and directory is designed to facilitate communication between member clubs. All curlers can access the directory online or click on the Members tab of the USA Curling website, usacurl.org, to get your free printed copy. Want to gear up for curling? Grooms Up Curling Supplies, America's largest curling retailer, features all your favorite brands. You can shop for curling shoes, brooms, accessories, apparel, and more by visiting groomsupcurlingsupplies.com.
So we are remain tied here. Corey Christensen going to look to play the center guard, try to establish something that she can get a force or steal out of here in the 9th. I'm joined by John Benton and Sean Murray.
Three's good.
3, 2.
And a score update
9's good.
over on sheet B. Kristen Clark has blown her game completely wide open by taking 6 in the 8th end. Now leads Becca Wood by a mark of 13-5.
Nice throw.
So we're going to draw open, I believe, here, based on that
Yep.
broom.
Now that's Cassie's signal that she would prefer to blank this end.
How's it wait? 4. Okay.
She's going to deal with the center guards as soon as she's able to.
Get better. Just T. Just T.
If you remember what I said earlier about the wing strategy.
Wing strategy, yeah.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Careful, don't lose this.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
That's a pretty good defense.
Oh, man. Well, if you
I
can,
was just going to say the second guard might be a better option,
Well,
but that's a pretty good defense.
well, if you can do that every time. And that's part of why I think if you do the wing strategy, you want the stone to be at or behind the tee line
Yep.
to prevent that shot. So slight statistical advantage for Team Potter.
Nice shot there. Just
Pretty even game up and down each respective lineup.
Christensen with a higher degree of difficulty on her shots than Potter. That might be the difference so far in this game.
Okay.
Just a reminder, tomorrow is Valentine's Day.
Sophie.
And if you love curling as much as we do, you've got your wish, because we got 4 games tomorrow.
Good. Keep going. Keep going.
So we got Craig Brown versus Pete Fenson at 8 a.m. in the Brown Fenson Cup match.
Latest edition of it.
That's right. Then we got the Farrell team versus Jessica Schultz at noon. Then we got Heater McCormick versus Hunter Clausen at 4 p.m. And then the nightcap, Jamie Sinclair versus Nina Roth at 8 p.m.
And I believe, John, you'll be joining us in the booth again for that one.
I will. Although due to our 8 a.m. game the following day, or is it 9 a.m.?
It's at 9 a.m.
Yes.
9 a.m. I may step out towards the end of that game just so we can get the team back and into bed. But
Understandable.
Okay.
looking forward to it.
Joe, I believe we are, for the noon game tomorrow, we're supposed to have Mr. Brady Clark up here. Is that the plan?
For the noon game, yes. That's my understanding.
Okay.
He is both the third mic and the fifth end guest.
Oh, he is his own fifth end guest. Okay.
Oh wow! Is he going to interview
He's
himself?
pulling
Could
double
be.
duty.
Yep. Okay. Nice throw. Good.
At least that's the plan. Brady, if no one nasty for this, I apologize, but that's what's on my sheet.
I suppose. For a guy from North Dakota, he's pretty talented.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay for that, I know.
Oh, yes.
We're not going to ask him to write his own questions. or anything.
Have you guys played Team Clark yet?
No.
Okay, that's now half of the team you've honked off. I'm just going to point that out.
Good point.
You've honked
It's all
off.
right. It's all right. We decided that the Nationals here, we've played them, I think, in every event we've played in.
Really?
He's played him sometimes twice in an event, I believe.
Yeah, so I think the score is 3-3 at this point. So
Oh, the
The
rubber
rubber
match. Yep. Coming up.
Or is it?
Whoa,
Never
whoa,
know.
whoa.
May have to
Ooh.
play later, too.
Well,
you never
it
know.
Might be a second
Don't
rubber
get
match.
happy.
no, not
Don't
getting
get
happy. At all.
happy.
Wow, this one never came back.
Just
That was a
ran.
lot of weight.
That was
Yeah.
a whole lot of weight.
Still got that center guard up. And that's actually, I wasn't really paying attention there, but I'm actually surprised that Cassie went to hit that rock and not to get rid of that center guard. Could have run that center guard in to
Yeah.
try and make the double.
Yeah, lost both of them. Yeah, now that center guard. Sarah can come around this, have a force or even a steal on.
Mine. Close.
And over on sheet A, that
Have a
team. This might come out the other side.
It's got to sit down.
Nice throw, Sarah.
Just stops on the tee line. Looks to be dead buried. Maybe a little bit outside.
Or open it. Yeah.
over
Okay.
Sheet A, Team Schultz seems to be having a little bit of time trouble. They've got one rock left in the 8th, and they've got 5 minutes and 40 seconds left on their clock. They're going to have to play the last 2 ends pretty quick. They're behind by 2 without hammer.
That will drive a coach absolutely out of their mind, by the way.
What's that, time clock?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hard. Really hard. Yep. Gotta go hard. Hard.
She gonna get lucky here?
Whoa.
She might get a piece.
Okay.
She does, but
That'll
she
work
leaves
too.
the center guard.
Take another look at this. I think the call was just to peel the guard,
It was.
but it got a little tight. comes up enough to make the run back, which is never a bad outcome. The absolute worst would be to stuff it there.
Yeah, with the way these rocks move, it doesn't really take much. I mean, you actually just have to barely get them started in one direction.
And they just go.
And they'll go.
They just fall off the planet.
Yep. Hard.
This one looking a little deeper, trying to get it fully buried.
That's pretty well sunk. You might be able to see a little bit.
That actually checked up quite a bit.
You want to try the run back?
Nelson just made it.
Okay. So same thing. Run back is the first shot, right? Yeah. Feel.
So, don't think Jackie would be disappointed sticking this one.
Really just want to get that yellow rock off the button.
Right. Yeah.
Whoa.
Last thing Cassie wants to
Whoa.
do.
Yep. Whoa.
Close.
Yes. Whoa.
Really close.
Yes. Whoa.
Ooh.
Another
Nice.
one.
Oh, there you go. 2 runbacks in a row from Jackie. Very, very nice.
And she moves that rock. Her shooter ends up only covering the edge of the forefoot now.
Right.
So
That's the best part, I think, is the button is now open.
yeah, give Cassie a little room.
So Corey needing to hide one here.
Line's pretty good. Line's good. You got some room. Up to you guys. Line's good. Line's good.
Take a
Top
look.
4.
Need to take a look.
Top 4, guys.
Looks like it's got plenty of weight.
There's a
Gotta
curve by a
settle.
lot.
Needs to
Gotta
sit.
settle. They've just been checking up right about there. It's a really nice shot.
Yeah,
A little deeper than she wanted, but she gets her fully buried.
it's gonna force Cassie to make a play on it.
Got it, Cass.
And it actually went to a depth where Cassie's got to be a little careful. I don't think she wants to be right down to that one. I think she wants to be a couple inches high of it.
Yeah, I would say like just split the tee line or even be about an inch short of splitting the tee.
Otherwise, Corey will be able to come right back down to the face of it. And that would leave basically the pin for Cassie.
So over on sheet A, Jessica Schultz steals one against Nina Roth, narrows the deficit to 6-5.
But again, she's way down on time.
She's got barely 5 minutes left to complete the last 2 ends, and I don't know if they've used their timeout yet. I hope not.
Staff take rock. Switch. Yep. Switch. Yep. Line really nice. Go, girls. Yep. Hard, girls. Gotta go right to it. Go. Hard.
Calling for right to it.
Go.
This went over curling a little.
Just trying to hold the line at this point. Well, she gets right down to it.
Right down to it. But as I said,
As it's a little too deep. You would like that to be, like you said, let's say about 4 inches higher.
yep.
This leaves the freeze opportunity right back for Corey.
And if she can freeze to half that rock, she doesn't want to curl up to the nose of it. She wants to
No.
half to 2/3.
Mhm.
Force Cassie to hit the pin to prevent a steal.
Looks like we've got handshakes on sheet E between Farrell and Bear. Farrell and Sinclair. Sinclair was up by a score of 7-4 and had the hammer. I'm going to presume she just ran Farrell out of rocks.
Again, Corey doesn't need to be all the way down to this one.
Good, guys. Line good. To it. Yep. Yes, line. Yep. Hard. Right to it. Hard line. Yes. Go.
Line looks pretty good. This is going to be
This
enough
is
weight.
warping. They have to
Really
go.
curling.
I don't know if it's going to get there. I don't think it's going to get there.
Not enough weight.
Just
Didn't
died.
Didn't look like quite as much ad as her first one, and that's going to open up the draw for 2 here for Cassie.
Do you like the same weight?
See, by now we're at the point of the game where I think the slide path does become a little bit of a factor. It gets into that middle right around the hog line, and
Yep.
stones are going to be checking up a little more.
Is that a factor in this shot as she's going a little wider?
Sure. Try to keep it in the better ice longer, knowing that once it gets probably about the hog line, it's going to start digging in.
Yeah, once it crosses inside that 4-foot line.
Yep.
Gave it a little bit at the end. Hold on.
The danger is
Lot of room.
keeping it in that good ice for too long.
And it just running.
Yep.
Hold on.
And
Looks like it's got plenty, doesn't it?
This has tons. It might curl up and actually get to the back of, get to their own, and I think it will.
Yep.
Whoa.
That just settles in there for 2.
Stops just in time. Nicely earned deuce. Cassie's going to have a 7-5 lead. Corey Christensen's going to need 2 in the 10th to tie it and force an extra end, and we'll have that 10th for you when we come back right after this.
USA Curling provides brochures, directories, and in-ice logos at no cost to all member clubs. These materials can be ordered online for free any time of the year. Click the membership materials link in the clubs section of the usacurl.org website for more information. USA Curling provides access to live scoring for all national championships to help members share in the end-to-end excitement of each game. Check out the action on the USA Curling website or curlingzone.com.
So back to it with the 10th end. Cassie Potter up on Corey Christensen 7-5. Christensen will need to score 2 to tie, force a potential extra. A 3 could win it.
Want me to switch?
And it looks like we've got
Go.
handshakes on sheet B. I didn't see hanging the score. It was a steal of 1 for Kristen Clark. That put her up by a score of 14-5. Even an 8-under wouldn't have tied that game, so that team would still looking for their first win.
Line. Yep, line. Yep.
That gets Kristen Clark to 1-2 for the championship.
That's her first win. Very good.
Line's good. Yep. 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 Go. Okay. Nice job.
So Cassie going in on her first rock here. Only got full 12. Corey throws up the corner guard.
Now we're going to try the tap.
This is looking nice as long as it doesn't overcurl. Still pretty good result.
That's a pretty good shot. Chief ice maker Dave Stavatag.
You got this, Jen.
And deputy
The umpire
umpire.
Herb Kupchik.
Correct. Corey
Yep. Line.
ignoring
Score.
those 2 red rocks. Going to go right around.
Hard line. Yep. Yep. Go.
This has to go for weight.
Does.
Here, go.
Let's go for line 2.
Got a touch here.
Just by.
Oh, it's all right.
Some great sweeping to get that in for second.
It's really nice.
Behind the guard. Cassie's
Cassie,
going to have to peel here.
Cassie just about sprints up
Got it.
to peel that guard.
Yep. Oh. Yep. Whoa. Clean. Just clean.
thrown by Sophie. I expect we'll see Corey continue to guard this for a few shots.
Yeah, Tay.
Probably make a move on those stones in the house with thirds last, I would guess.
Yep,
Yeah.
a little bit, Sarah.
It's a little concerning just the way those are staggered.
Yeah. Yeah, actually it's the top 12 one that concerns me more than the shot
Right.
stone at the moment. That's the one that's really causing problems.
This rock over curling a bit.
Needs to
How
settle.
much is she gonna show? It's going to be.
More than half. It's
Yeah.
almost the entire thing.
Yep.
Oh,
Which isn't super concerning as long as
you got it, though.
the shooter here rolls out. Just put one back under there.
Yep.
Still have time in the end.
Hard!
You got it.
Hard! Hard, 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 hard.
Oh, nice sweeping.
Doesn't get the
That's the
full
problem.
roll they wanted.
That's the problem though, because now Corey has to deal with those rocks.
Yeah, 3 in there. She has to move one before she wants to.
I'm not so sure I don't move that one on the top 12.
Under the corner right now, or what?
What do you do with it? I mean, obviously you gotta hit it somehow. Do you just let it jam into the shot rock maybe? Roll back towards the corner?
What? Hitting and rolling center.
I don't really.
Then roll corner then. Yeah.
That would probably be my second call. The other thing that you could do is you could play an intern tap
On the shot stone.
on the shot stone.
Yeah, you could do that. Get it behind the tee
Just
line.
get it behind the tee line. I
Would
mean,
be-
that's probably, it's either this shot or the tap probably for me.
Would it be any good hitting the top one and rolling for like a second tight corner?
Maybe.
I mean, you're gonna leave Cassie sitting 2, but at least they're open. This
Well,
is-
that took a hard move there.
They got caught in between there.
yeah.
She wanted to roll under, and
Nose is fine.
the throw was a little full, and tried to get the roll back to the center and just nosed it. Still has a corner guard up. 4 rocks to come.
Clean. Okay. Close. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep.
Cassie trying to stick this one around now. She knows that that's going to create a problem for Corey. And that's
Nice roll.
really nice. I think
I almost think you have to just make the nose double.
For this one? Yeah. I don't mind that. Try to get on the inside of it.
I actually
Yeah.
You like that?
I don't like the nose double. I don't like throwing anything over back line at this point because
Okay.
you need to keep rocks in place.
Sure.
Boy, you could play something soft. Try and again try and roll under the corner. Just tap, do a tap split of the 2 reds and roll your shooter under the corner. But
Sure. That's a nice looking
she's
line.
really close. Just walking over there.
Gotta go to get by. Oh,
Oof. So tough at the hog line, you know. You look like you've got the room.
yeah.
You know, that corner guard's actually causing problems here for Christensen. There's no out-turn draw right now.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. Just based on the stagger of the 2 top rocks, that stagger right now actually is probably the best thing Corey has going for her.
Nice throw.
Because now if she can come down, she might be able to get a little inside roll on a tap back, the backline weight tap back,
Yeah.
and flop under those 2 reds.
I definitely think she needs to move that stone behind the tee line somewhere. Just throw
Call timeout.
back 8, back 12.
I think she's got to move that rock.
Corey's got to think about her time clock too. She's under 1:30,
Oh boy.
and she's got this rock and both of hers still to come. She does still have her timeout though.
I think you really got to move this rock, but they're playing the freeze. Getting into that slide path.
Just gonna check.
Right. Sit right there.
I'd like to assure our viewers that Sheet C, the game we are watching, is not final in the ninth. If you look on the left, for some reason it's gone final.
Yeah, that is not a final.
No. I think they meant to hit final in Sheet B and maybe hit that instead.
Sheet B and Sheet E are both finished.
Yep.
Sheet C is not, we promise.
There you go, BA. Nice work. Just blot it out.
Just cross it out, yeah.
It's not a bad shot there.
Over on Sheet A, Nina Roth is drawing for 3. She's already sitting 2. She'll be up a minimum of 3 against Jess Schultz, and I assume she makes this, might get handshakes.
So this is why I think Corey had to move that rock out of shot stone position, because Cassie's thinking, this is looking pretty good right now for me.
I'm just going to guard.
I'm just going to guard it.
True.
I don't know what Corey does at that point.
She may almost have to play a run back. And we're going to see. The only scary thing is if this over curls.
Keep it clean.
She can go anywhere from a 2 to
Whoa, just for weight.
a 3.
Hold on. Hold on.
I think a little higher is probably better.
Whoa.
About a 2 plus.
That's good.
It's a
Nice
great
shot, Cam.
shot.
Places it just where the broom was.
Yep. Christensen using their timeout.
I mean,
Nina Roth did successfully draw for 3, so she's up 9-5. Only one end left.
No handshakes yet.
Yeah, I don't think we can come around the guard.
because if we hit this thinly, it could bump us a little
Maybe.
forward.
I don't think so. No. Because we have to get to know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
No further blotting needed.
Do you like a
Yeah, whatever you can. I mean, if we can see enough of it,
You have the whole thing.
yeah, you can throw 8, 9, whatever you like to throw.
I suppose
You can throw 8.
kind of have to move
Yeah.
a lot of rocks, so.
Okay.
So make sure someone's watching.
Okay.
So, to hit it
Right here.
there. You gonna throw peel?
So where are you hoping your shooter winds up here, Jeff?
She got to get pretty close to nose. Shooter might just spin off a little and bite the top of the house. If you did this right, you might get a little lucky.
Are they hoping that the one that they hit is actually going to carry them over and push the yellow further towards the 4 foot?
I don't think that they're playing that, but they know that it's possible. It's obviously not going to move shot rock off
No.
the button.
Close! Close! Yep!
Yep! Yep!
Whoa! Whoa!
Yep!
Yep!
Just like that. That's actually a really good
That's
result.
a great shot.
That's a great shot. Gives her a chance, actually.
Rolls that one partially behind cover, sits second and third.
That's a great shot.
I don't think you could ask any more of that at all.
Opens up the center line.
Yep.
Cassie's got to be really careful now because there's Corey may have a shot for the win depending on what Cassie chooses to do here.
Oh,
Are you thinking like roll in?
I think Cassie kind of has to hit that open one, doesn't
She
she?
does.
It's just a matter of where she leaves it.
Girls want to come down.
The best would be to roll back towards the center, I think. They're going to have a conversation.
And then what does she do?
Be really great if we could
How
get
does
a
she
shot of the clock there. I didn't see how much time Corey had left.
Corey's got a minute 16.
Okay.
Ding.
Should be plenty of time as long as they're ready
Or
to call their
guarding.
shot.
Yep. And Cassie just used her timeout. and it just started, and she's got about 2.5 minutes after
With
that.
good hits,
There we go.
There we go.
here,
I kind of like that.
takes out the wind.
And even, actually, so we can even roll as long as we stay second shot.
We just want to set up the 2 rock. I don't want to set up a double. That's the only thing.
Well, even if we do set up a double, it's still for the tie.
Yeah.
I
Do
think
we
I'm
want
in
to try to
favor.
roll in a little bit?
Yeah.
Roll in first,
Nose to in?
and then nose, and then,
Yeah.
out here, if they're even, isn't
Right.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you comfortable with that?
I like that. Yeah.
Okay. Normal weight or control?
I like control. We want it to stick down.
Absolutely. Yep.
It's one of those shots where Corey making that double and getting that little kick there.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit of a shock for Cassie and her team.
Oh,
Just
sure.
thinking
Control.
they had this locked up, and
Oh, yeah.
now they have to make a pretty decent shot here to make sure that there's no tie possibility.
What do you think about kind of rolling away to the left as we look at it? Just roll to the 12-foot.
Yeah,
Rolls there, they're dead flat, and I don't see how there's a double for 2 there.
just I always struggle with rolling to less of the house.
Yeah,
You know, that you're really only talking about 3 or 4 feet there.
sure.
If she gets a tiny roll in here,
She's going to get a little bit of one. I think that's pretty good.
it is pretty good. There's
I'm not-
really no double there.
I think the only double is running that long corner.
Yep.
That's all I see.
Already looking at it.
I think it's the only shot for 2. I don't see anything else.
Clock's down to just about 1 minute. Should be plenty of time.
You're looking at 3/4. It's pretty close, I think.
Ooh.
Thick 2/3.
Hard to say. I gotta.
Yeah, break out your protractor.
Wow.
Well, you definitely got to send it that way. There's probably 2 ways to make it. I think you can get it off of either one of those stones.
They're basically trying to fire it right into the crotch.
Yep.
And
So I think might only be a little more than half.
so all or nothing, bit of a Hail Mary for an extra end. I think it's got to come up. Oh, it's close.
Close.
Oh,
Oh, just barely missed it.
just needed to come up a little
What
more.
a great effort. A couple of good shots there by Corey.
So with that, Potter remains undefeated. Now 3-0. We are going to see if Price can get a moment with Cassie.
Yeah, the only remaining game on the ice is Roth and Schultz. Roth is up 4, and Schultz only has 4 rocks left to go. She'd need a collection of misses to have even a chance of tying the game.
She only has 1:39 on her clock to throw the 3 stones she has remaining. There's 1 out front.
Well,
Needs them all to count.
well, and that one would somehow have to get into the rings. A little surprised they decided to play the 10th end, but getting in some reps.
So that game for Christensen and Potter, really just, that big lapse where they gave up the 4 there, Sean, and never really recovered from that.
No, they just seemed just a little off for a couple ends and just
Right.
weren't sharp and just let things get away from them a little bit there.
Cassie did just enough to kind of control the rest of the game and force the issue.
So Nina Roth about to deliver her what should be final stone of the game. Just needs to remove a Schultz rock from play and the game will be over. That will leave Schultz still searching for her first win.
All right,
Well,
looks
that
like
one's running.
Well,
She's got a
I
little
think
piece.
I think she's got it.
all right, with that, that game is going to go final. We're going to switch over to Price, who has Cassie Potter with him. Price, take it away.
All right, thanks, Joe and Sean down here with Cassie Potter. Cassie, looks like you're having a lot of fun. Back at Nationals, 3-0, haven't lost yet, but a good one tonight. This looks like a lot of fun back.
Yeah, definitely. We're really excited to be where we are at 3-0. We keep saying one game at a time. We've got some tough games ahead of us, though, still. So, just to see how it goes.
Big swing there in the 5th and the 6th inning where she takes 3, but you come back with 4 to take a 5-4 lead. You don't give it up, but just that was a big sequence there. Talk about that big 6th inning.
Yeah, Corey made some fantastic runbacks in that 5th end, and we just knew we had to, up our game. We need to capitalize a lot on their misses if they had misses. So we just played as best as we could in that 6th end to try to match what they've been playing so far.
Yeah, 8-6 against the Nationals field coming into Nationals this week, and again 3-0 right now. You guys are playing really well. What's going on within the team, the dynamic? Just you guys are having a lot of fun, playing well. What is it?
Yeah, we're really relaxed. We're really focused. We're really meshing well as a team. The 4 of us, this is our first year playing as a foursome. So I think we set our goals and we just try our best to meet them.
Awesome. Well, you guys got Kristen Clark tomorrow, and then I believe after that you got Cora Farrell. So good luck with another twofer tomorrow on Valentine's Day. Good luck.
Big day. Thank you.
Thank you. Back up to you guys there in the booth, Joe and Sean.
Thanks, Price. Thanks, Cassie. So we got a 4-game day tomorrow. It's Brown Fenson at 8 a.m. We got Bear Schultz at noon, McCormick Clausen at 4 p.m., and Sinclair Roth at 8 p.m. Those times are all Pacific. So that's going to do it for us here in the booth. Thank you, John Benton. Thanks, Sean, Brian, B.A. Anderson, and Chris Rimple up for doing the camera work there. You can see him right in the middle of your picture right now. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time on TESN for usacurl.org.